webinar of the month. Thanks for joining us for the AllProWebTools webinar of the month. This month's topic is tax season accounting, kind of the tools that you can use to basically help with accounting. Today with me is Dave Kramer, the founder of AllProWebTools, and also we're going to have Brenda Bone with Peace of Mind Accounting to answer some of the questions. Okay. So stand by. Okay. All right. So, Dave, what for the people out there who are watching, what is AllProWebTools?
AllProWebTools, simply put, is an all-in-one solution for small businesses so they can manage and grow their business.
And seeing as the topic is tax season accounting, I'm sure there's going to be lots of questions. So if you have any comments or questions, you'll notice on the right-hand side of the video, you will be able to put in any comments or questions you have. So go ahead and let us know what it is you're going to want to know. And also, if you have any suggestions for future webinars, now would be a good time to try that out. So if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and
and while you're doing that, we'll give you a few minutes to comment. And we want to make an announcement that the will be this Tuesday, February 24th, at the Rocky Mountain Innosphere in Fort Collins. And the topic will be how to help businesses to strategize and move their business forward. I'll be featuring myself and Don Thomas from Focal Point Coaching. He's got some proven strategies to help business owners to grow their business.
Cool. And while we're in announcements, I also want to say there's something big here. We're just now releasing 3.4, version 3.0 of AllProWebTools. Actually, the beta version was just released, and we'll slowly be basically putting everyone with AllProWebTools onto the 3.04 or 3.03 version. In this, including some updates on blogging functionalities, the memberships. So if your site has paid members on it, there will be some more functionality there, as well as some updates to the CRM, which is the Customer Relationship Management System.
Yeah, I heard there's some pretty good improvements to CRM.
Oh, yep, there will be. Also, I hear that there's a special offer this month.
Yes, this month, if you refer anybody to use AllProWebTools, we're going to be giving away 2 hours of personal marketing coaching time. That'll be time that you can spend with Adam here, and he'll look right into your website and personally give you some suggestions on how to improve your online marketing presence. And also, in that offer, we'll be giving a $100 discount to your friend who would be up with AllProWebTools. So, pretty good deal.
Yeah. By the way, for that friend, the coupon code for that $100 off is webinar2. So just ask them to type that into the coupon code box on the site.
We also wanted to mention how you can make suggestions for new features you'd like to see in future versions of AllProWebTools. It's actually a pretty simple way that we have to do that. From your console, if you go over to the right, there's a help button at the top, and if you click on that help button, you can go down to where it says report bugs and suggestions. And if you click that, you'll have access to our open forum for all of our users. And that's actually how we've featured over the last 5 years. It's all been a direct result of feedback that we've gotten from actual.
That is really cool. And I look forward to kind of exploring what people do to better enhance their traffic and customer base. So anyway, now I'm going to, well, actually, do we have any questions? Comments?
Looks like we're good.
Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to Dave here. And I'm going to kind of show you how you can get into those tools for accounting. So if you're in your console, you'll see the workflow timeline. You'll just need to come down here to the reports section and then come over to the accounting tab here, and that's not all of the tools that you need, but that's all of the ones that we've had in one section here, and then there's other sections as well that I'll show you later. And here with me today is Brenda Bowen from Peace of Mind Accounting. Hi, Brenda. How are you?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming. Now, I guess just to kind of introduce you to everybody, what is it that you do, and what is the Peace of Mind Accounting does?
Okay. I started Peace of Mind Accounting 8 years ago as my own small business owner. I've been using Quickbooks for 10 years. I'm a consultant and a trainer as a Quickbooks advisor, so I help people set up how to use it, but most of my business is virtual bookkeeping, where I'm actually doing the bookkeeping for clients so that they can focus on what they do best instead of doing the bookkeeping.
Okay, very cool. Now, I know a lot of times small business owners kind of have trouble keeping their personal finances and their business finances separate. Do you have any tricks or tips that you could let me know about?
So a lot of small businesses, when they're starting out, they use whatever account they have money in to pay their bills. But they can separate the business and the personal, and they need to make sure they keep a business account and a personal account. You know, if you're going to have credit cards, make sure you have separate credit. One, it makes it hard for, if you have somebody else doing your bookkeeping for you, to know whether it's a business or a personal expense, and also for the IRS or to make you look like a legitimate business, you're going to want to keep your business account separate.
Okay. So it sounds like you're going to need 2 separate piles of receipts and all that. Look, how much do I need to keep?
Yeah. So when it comes to an IRS audit, a lot of the things that we do is all to protect ourselves from an IRS audit. So keep every single receipt. I know it's a pain, but if you ever get audited, you'll be glad that you have those documentations to give them as proof. If they see all of those documents, they're less likely to start digging deeply into everything because they know that you have documentation. The IRS has approved to have digital copies that they will approve during an audit. I've not been able to meet anybody who's gone through the audit process who's used only digital. So you can start scanning things and saving them. Just make sure you have a great process so you know everything is scanned and you won't lose any of that data. But I can tell you from experience, seeing those neat scanners looks like it would be time saving and you wouldn't have all those documents, but it actually takes more time to scan and verify it and save it than if you just took the receipt, if it says January, and file it in a folder that says January. Okay. So there's simpler methods out there just to sort all that out and save it.
Okay. I guess for those who don't know, what kind of expenses are tax deductible, especially ones that people may not think about?
So that is the beauty of having software that makes you code things. So like QuickBooks, when you enter every transaction, you have to decide what kind of expense it is, which sometimes if you're a new business owner will help you know what those are. But ultimately, anything you have to pay to run your business, to whether provide your service or your product. So office supplies, advertising and promotion, anything that you would use for your business. And if you're not sure, the best way is just to log it, keep track of it, and let your tax accountant decide whether they can write it off for you.
Okay. Well, how do you determine how much to deduct from each of those? So
put in track of the 100%, whatever the total is of the bill that you're paying, make sure you keep track of that. So when it comes to like meals are at 50%, they could be at 100%. But log everything true total, including tip. Never pay with cash. If you do, you better be very good at it. That way, all the expenses can be accounted for. Okay. But when it comes to meals, go to a somebody and have a business meeting. will log it at 100%, but when it comes tax time, tax accountant is only allowed to take 50% as a deduction. But on the other hand, you have a business meeting at your office and you go and get food and you bring it back to us, that is 100% deductible.
Very cool. I did not know that. Which means it's going to have to be ordering pizza a lot more to the office.
Bring it into the office.
I guess how would you handle employees paying for gas?
Okay, so there's two different options on that. If you're a business owner and you have a vehicle, if you just use that vehicle for 100% of the time for a business, you're probably using actual costs. So you'd be able to write off your mortgage, your vehicle payment, the insurance, and the gas and maintenance. But most business owners are using a vehicle for both and business. So in those cases, keep a mileage, and there's so many apps out there that can keep for you and make you can download a report and use that because the IRS wants a detailed report for claiming mileage. But definitely, people lose a lot of money or don't take it as if they don't want to do the mileage reports, but it is worth it.
Yeah, or they just don't know.
That's true too. That's true too.
So, you got a lot of solopreneurs out there. What is the way for them to focus?
So, say you are keeping track of separate accounts between business and personal, and it's time for you to pay yourself some money and you're not having to run payroll, then you want to do an owner's draw and log it as such in Quickbooks. And so then you can take the money out, write yourself a check, or do a transfer to your personal account to pay your personal expenses. When you are new into the business, or maybe you're deciding to grow, or you might be taking personal money and putting it into the business, then on that you will be doing an owner's contribution. And that's just someplace where you're logging it into accounting software so that it's a record of how much you're putting into the business and how much money you're taking out.
Okay. I guess one more question here. How does AllProWebTools help? Like if you have an online e-commerce store, how could that account? So
when there's a company that uses AllProWebTools and they have all of their invoicing within AllProWebTools and they're tracking the payments that they're received on those, as a bookkeeper, I love that tool because I can use QuickBooks as a more general and put everything to income and not need to know specifically which client it went to and what was sold or what was done. AllProWebTools can handle all of that. And so it's easy for the business owner to be able to do their invoicing and get paid using all, and then after the fact later have a bookkeeper do the rest of it for them and not have to merge the two together or worry that that's going to mess up your QuickBooks file.
Okay.
The other things about AllProWebTools that I like is the task feature, where you're able to make tasks for yourself or for an employee, so you can put reminders there to pay your sales tax, to pay your estimated taxes, all those things as a business owner that you have to remember. You can't keep all of it in your head. So using the task feature is great, and you can mark it when it's cheap and task it to somebody else. So I love that feature.
Great. Thanks for the feedback. So real quick, how can, if out there need a bookkeeper or think that Brian could help you, how would they get a hold of you?
Sure. My phone number is 970-381-7909. Our website is peaceofmindacc.com. Or you can just Google Peace of Mind Accounting in Greeley, Colorado, or Northern Colorado, and you'll find many of those things.
Great. Well, thank you. And now I'm going to kind of go through and show the different reports and the areas where you can input different tax rates and all that. So I guess the first thing I should do is come up here and kind of show you how you can put your tax rates in. So just go to Store, And then you can come down here to tax rates. And by the way, the example we have right now actually is for e-commerce online. So if you have any questions about your service-based business, feel free to give us a call after. So anyway, here's where you would insert the tax rates. I just went to store and down to tax rates. And you can do it based off of city, and you can do it based off of state. So as you can see, the different categories do appear there. And then also, if you do a one-time special event or something like that, you can actually come over here and create your own tax preset. So you can have different city tax, county, or whatever, and then say Colorado, and you can create different presets for sales in the actual events that you go to.
I heard that's a great feature for people who go to trade shows and sell, or maybe they're going to different expos. They can put in their zip code of where they're going to be at, and it comes up with the tax rate. So if you're a traveling salesperson or going around to different areas or fairs, that would be a very useful tool.
And also, I just want to point out that you can actually use the AllProWebTools point of sale app on your phone and to actually scan credit cards wherever you are, and they will connect to this whole system here. So now, I'm going to go ahead down here and show you some of the various reports. So here is the AR aging summary. This, you can show it by net 30 or whatever you have in the system. So that means that you need to get paid within 30 days. So here's an example there. Brenda, what do these various columns mean?
So in the 1 to 30 column, that means if you are a net 30, that 30 days have come and gone and your client has not paid you. So it is 1 to 30 days past due. Current would be if it is within that, there's within that current period of 1 to 30 days.
Okay. So now, I'm going to, and by the way, if you want to download this information into an Excel spreadsheet, you can just come over here and click the button. Also, you can click the print button and it will print the report for you.
This would be a great tool if you are somebody who needs to do some collection calling or email calling or sending the invoice out a second time to get paid. This would give you a quick look at who still owes you, and you can either print that to make your notes on, and have the names of the companies you need to do the research on to call.
Okay. So now let's go ahead over and look at some of the other reports. So let's go down to sales tax liability. This particular console doesn't have many examples in it, but the way it works is you can actually just choose the date range up here in the upper right, as you can with everything, all the other tools within AllProWebTools. And you can just select the date range, and all the sales will appear under there as the amount of tax collected, and then it will total the amount of tax at the bottom. So let's go ahead over and look at the next screen. So here is the report. The sales report, you can basically categorize it different ways. So you can do all contacts, only retail, or wholesale. You can change the when it was shipped or paid during a date range, or you can even have it only show those that were ordered within the date range. And of course, again, referencing this date range up here in the upper right-hand corner. You show all the purchases, or you can show paid, unpaid, voided, returned, pre-orders, what have you. So whatever it is you're looking for. And again, you can actually click the download button to download the Excel spreadsheet. So then here is another drop down that shows the different payment types. So you can actually group payments through here based on credit card purchases or cash, check, whatever the method of payment was, be grouped in there. So Brenda, what could you use this for?
So when you're clicking on whether it was paid by credit card, check, or cash, that would be handy if I was the person in the office that had to make a bank deposit and I wanted to know what check I made a deposit or to create it. I would be able to print a report or download it into Excel to figure out what my. Also from here, if I'm looking at an example of one of these orders and I want to see the actual invoice, you can click on it on the left.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at that feature here. You can actually take a look at the invoices and click through. So right here it's showing you that they paid with a credit card, and the authorization number, it shows you how much was charged. It shows you basically all you need to know about the particular order, especially that it's been paid in full.
Yes, and this would also help me see in the one posting for batches to balance to the bank. Then I would be able to look at by order, which credit cards on what date would make up that batch if I'm trying to research. Also looking at it, say if I need, I need more information or I need to contact the buyer or the client, it gives me the phone number, the email, so I can quick give them a call and ask them about it. It has the note feature when you scroll down. So say I need to follow up and someone could type in notes that I needed to follow up, an email, check with somebody else in my office about something, would be a note that you could attach to that.
Okay. Now, I know you know a lot of books, so how would you import data into QuickBooks?
There's a couple different ways. So from AllProWebTools, if the client wanted everything into QuickBooks to mirror the AllProWebTools, the newer versions of QuickBooks, you can download a Excel file and you can manipulate that and add more information and move things around to match your QuickBooks, copy and paste in the accounting editions of QuickBooks to quickly enter some of that data. Otherwise, clicking on the order itself and seeing it in front of you, I could recreate it in QuickBooks if I had a dual screen.
Okay. So,
I actually do with one of my clients, though.
okay. Now, let's say, again, I want to reinforce that this particular client that we're working through here as an example is an e-commerce client. So basically they only sell online. So it makes things a bit different than a service-oriented business. Now, if you do have a service-oriented business and would like some more information on how to set this up, give us a call. Our phone number is 970-612-1515. So you can give us a call and we'll let you know, and we can send you emails as well. Now, let's say that you have a product in here that you don't want to have taxes applied to. Well, all you have to do, by the way, services are counted as a product in our system. Actually create different product types that are technically services. So all you have to do to the store, click View Products, click on the product that you want to take a look at, and over here it says taxable, and you would just switch that to no if you didn't want to have tax applied to that particular product.
Or service.
Or service.
Yeah.
Because see, here you can have a product type as physical, which is a physical product, but you can also choose service, membership, gift certificate, ticket, credit. You can have an hourly rate, so if you're clocking in under people and they have a certain amount of credit in their account, that could also be useful there. And then also you can have calendar events as products. Okay, do we have any questions?
No, we don't.
No? That was Paige, by the way. Paige Ghost. I want to thank Paige for getting all this set up so that it ran so smoothly this time. And also, I want to thank Stuff and Mallows for allowing us to use their AllProWebTools console as a sample. So I guess if you have any questions, go ahead and type it in now. But if not, that's all the time we have for now. So thanks so much for joining us. Go ahead and, again, leave some comments. And remember that we're running a special offer of $100 off for anybody that you refer to use AllProWebTools. So the coupon code for that is webinar2. And remember, for every referral that buys, we will provide 2 hours of free marketing, and that's a $120 value. I want to also point out that the Managerial Mindset Seminar is on the 24th of this month, so that's next week. And just come at 5:30 is when the actual event will start, but the doors open at 5, so you can get some great networking in before the actual seminar begins. And then also after the seminar ends, we'll have networking as well then with your friends. And then also next month, we're going to have the March webinar, which will kind of show some tips and tricks to using the CRM system effectively to gather more leads and grow your business that way. Because there's a lot of really cool tools that every single one of you has available to them. And if you were to use them all, it's amazing what it can do for your business. So there's a bunch of tools I'm sure you don't know about, and I'd love to explain next month.
I would like to throw in that when you get comfortable with one tool on AllProWebTools, then call them and tell them more about your business, and they'll give you tips and point you in the right direction of other ones, and then add on and learn. There's a long list of things that you can add and use all in one login.
Well, thank you very much. That's all the time we have for today, so thanks for joining us. If you got any questions, again, give us a call at 970-612-1515 or email us at support@allprowebtools.com. And also, if you would like to see if Brenda can help you with your bookkeeping this tax season, what was that phone number again?
970-381-7909, or Google Peace of Mind Accounting. All right.
All right, thanks, and that's all the time we have for today.